Imagine a canvas of endless night, where galaxies spiral and stars ignite, then die without a flicker of judgment. A vast neutral arena where events unfold without purpose or judgment. They simply exist as they are. In this cosmic expanse, no action bears the label of right or wrong. The supernova that destroys countless worlds is neither cruel nor kind, it simply is. The black hole that consumes light itself makes no moral choice. It follows the cold equations of physics. This universe, our home, exists without intention or design. It holds no inherent moral values, offers no cosmic guidance, whispers no purpose. It is the stage upon which we play, but it has written no script for us to follow. Then a whisper arises, us, tiny fragile minds imposing right and wrong onto this silent canvas. A murder, a kindness, each painted with our subjective hues. Is this evil real or just our perceptions echo in the void? We stand on a pale blue dot, a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. Yet we declare with certainty, this is good, this is evil. We point to the suffering of a child and cry out against the universe's injustice. But the universe remains silent, not callous, simply incapable of judgment. Our moral judgments and ethical systems don't reflect universal truths, but are creations of our human consciousness. Tools we've developed to navigate our existence. The universe doesn't echo back our judgments. It is we who create the echo, hearing our own voice bouncing back from the void, mistaking it for cosmic affirmation. Our hearts recoil, our minds seek order, biological algorithms honed by survival, empathy, cooperation, tools not truths, whispering from our evolutionary past. The disgust we feel at cruelty, the warmth that suffuses us when we witness kindness, these are not cosmic truths, but evolutionary advantages. Species that cooperate tend to survive. Empathy is not a universal law, but a biological adaptation. Our moral compass was forged in the fire of natural selection, not discovered in the fabric of reality. We are programmed to care, to seek justice, to protect vulnerable, not because these are objective goods, but because they served our survival. Our sense of fairness emerged not because fairness exists objectively, but because it helped our ancestors navigate complex social groups. Yet to play the game of society, we craft rules, ethical codes, not divine decrees, but necessary constructs against chaos. We build order not from cosmic law, but from our own collective need. Without these codes, society risks descending into chaos, a state where individual desires override collective well-being. These ethical frameworks represent our collective agreements, social contracts that enable complex cooperation rather than reflections of cosmic truth. Consider we criminalize murder not because the universe declares it wrong, but because societies that protect their members tend to flourish. We value honesty not because dishonesty violates same cosmic law, but because trust forms the foundation of functional human relationships. Our moral systems are sophisticated tools, crucial for our survival, essential for our flourishing, but constructed rather than discovered. They are the rules we agreed to follow so that the game of human society can continue. Within these constructed social frameworks, we find another subjective element shaping our moral landscape: the uneven distribution of empathy and concern. Our care dictates our actions, not just our feelings. We protest for the cow, not for the ant, not because one life is more valuable, but because our care dictates the rule we play by. Our feelings create the rules of the game. The value we assign is proportional to our capacity for empathy, to our perception of consciousness. We mourn the death of a human more than that of a mosquito. We fight to protect endangered mammals while casually exterminating bacteria by the billions. Not because human lives or mammal lives are objectively more valuable in the cosmic scheme, but because we have evolved to care more about beings that resemble us. Our moral sphere expands and contracts with our capacity for empathy. It is subjective, malleable, and ultimately created by our perception rather than reflecting some independent moral reality. Our empathetic boundaries, flexible and self-defined as they are, feel immensely significant within our lived experience. But when we zoomed out, a different picture emerges. This entire game, these rules we cling to, are but a fleeting echo in the vast, indifferent cosmos. Our right and wrong, our outrage and compassion, a momentary ripple in the endless sea. From the perspective of cosmic time, human civilization is less than an eye blink. The moral system we hold dear, whether religious doctrines or secular ethical frameworks, will be gone when our sun expands to consume the inner planets. The universe will continue, indifferent to whether we existed at all. This is not to say our ethics don't matter. They matter profoundly to us, here and now, but their significance is local, temporal, and entirely relative to our human perspective. To illustrate, consider how we calculate. In complex equations, tiny values insignificant to the outcome are ignored, not because they are wrong, but because their scale renders them irrelevant. So too, our actions, our passions, our very existence might appear from the cosmic scale, not meaningless to us, but negligible in the grand equation. It's a matter of perspective, a matter of scale. When calculating the trajectory of a planet, we ignore the gravitational pull of a single human being, not because it doesn't exist, but because its effect is too small to matter. Similarly, the universe continues its expansion, its stars forming and dying, utterly unaffected by our moral declarations, our ethical debates, our sense of purpose. Our significance, like the gravitational pull of a single atom, is real but relative, essential in our local calculations, yet negligible in the cosmic equation. Yet, within this mathematical irrelevance, this rounding error in the cosmic equation lies something extraordinary. The phenomenon of consciousness, which transforms mere existence into experienced reality. Does our awareness create meaning, even in an uncaring universe? What then is truly real, and what is merely our game? Perhaps meaning itself is a human creation, neither discovered nor imposed, but emergent from the interaction between consciousness and existence. Perhaps value doesn't require cosmic endorsement to be real. In the only context that matters, the lived experience of conscious beings. The question is not whether the universe cares, but whether we do. Not whether morality is objective, but whether it serves its purpose in the game we've chosen to play. Not whether our lives have cosmic significance, but whether they have significance to us and to those whose lives we touch. And in understanding this, in truly grasping our minuscule place in the grand cosmic dance, perhaps the ego begins to soften. The illusion of a separate I fades, replaced by a sense of interconnectedness, a silent surrender to the vastness, to see that our individual selves are insignificant, no one. Yet paradoxically, this very insignificance connects us to the entire cosmos, everything. We are no one, insignificant specks in an infinite universe, and yet we are everything, inseparable from the cosmos itself. Value does not emerge from the individual I, but from our connection to all that exists. When we recognize that morality stems not from personal desire, but from our shared existence, we understand our responsibility to one another and to all life. And perhaps, in that recognition, in that surrender of ego's demand for importance, we find something unexpected, a profound connection to all that exists. Not because we are special, but precisely because we are not. We are temporary arrangements of stardust, playing a brief game of consciousness in an indifferent cosmos. Our meaning lies not in standing apart, but dissolving into the whole.